This is Alex with Signature Sales and Management, Property Management for Corona and the Inland Empire, 951rents.com. Today we're going to discuss how to attract quality tenants, or better yet, how to find a property that will attract quality tenants. So once I was in a sales room, I was probably about 26, 25, 27, somewhere around there. And this guy came up to me and it made a lot of sense. He said, Alex, if you want to catch a big fish, you have to use big bait. This is true. How does it apply? If you want to attract quality tenants, you have to have quality features. Okay? And that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at features for your property that will attract quality tenants. Remember, quality tenants are more apt to provide longevity for your property, stay longer, renew their leases, which equals ROI for an owner, right? Return on investment, and that's what we're after today. So one thing I'd like to look at is the first quality feature is schools. I'm sure you can agree a lot of quality tenants are going to want a quality school. So before you buy that property and or you're looking at your property, look at the proximity of a school to that property. You can do research now online. There's a lot of places to look, from government sites, you name it, that will provide the quality of schools in the area in proximity to that property. So you can look at test scores. You might want to look at the school safety programs, educational programs. These are things that you can actually put in an advertisement and make sure that people are aware of where the property is in proximity to that particular school. So let's look at schools. Most people are concerned about their kids' learning environment, and when they hear that the house is near a good school, they're more apt to want to move there versus one that's not. So that's one. Second is safety. Right? You're worried about your safety, you're worried about your family's safety, whether you maybe you're not involved in a relationship, but perhaps your family's visiting. You want to make sure that they left your property in the same condition that they arrived. So safety is a big aspect. A lot of people will assume, let's say, a specific part of the city is unsafe, right? So if your property is located in that particular area, some people might just say, let's not even look at that property. They won't even click on the listing or the ad to view the property because they automatically assume that it's in that part of the city. So before you buy that property, do your homework. Look at crime rates online. Look at areas of that property that'll let you know what the crime rate might be. If you look at the property, ask the realtor, ask local folks that are living there now about the crime rates in the area. These are things that people are concerned with, and you can advertise very safe area, etc. So that's number two. Number three is condition of the property. Don't move somebody in and or buy a property and not do anything to it if it has, bad wallpaper. There's only so much bookshelf wallpaper people are willing to stand before they say, God, we got to get this place. We got to get out of this place, right? It's almost better that the walls are all white, than have bad wallpaper or fixtures or any wrong conditions to the property that might be, bad and or ugly. So look at the condition of the property, make some minor changes to make sure that it's good before somebody moves in. Number four, let's look at upgrades. Obviously, upgrades can cost money, right? But let's look at a return on investment. Let's say you put in a brand new toilet, nice and whispery. Or maybe that you put in a brand new painting or a mantle, or you take out the old fireplace and put in a gas fireplace, you put in a jacuzzi tub, you put in curtains, anything that turns this place into a home. When people feel comfortable and they feel they're at home, they're more apt to stay and renew that lease, specifically if you're in a safe area and you have schools and the condition of the property is good, right? And then you made some upgrades like a granite counter. Sure, it costs a couple $1,000s, but in the long run, once again, it pays off, specifically when you go to sell that property later on. So feel free to look into upgrades to make the home quality, to attract those quality tenants. A quality tenant might be looking for granite. They might say, oh wow, this place has a granite versus tile versus maybe a butcher block, something really nice. So look at those aspects. Another thing I want to look at is appliances. It's okay to upgrade with appliances as well. Make sure your appliances are working. Make sure that the dishwasher actually washes the dishes. Make sure that you have a good working fridge if you're supplying one, or washers and dryers. There are scratch, ding, and dent places out there. They specialize that these appliances are brand new. They work perfect. They just have a dent on the side, and when you pop it into place, no one sees anything. But it does benefit you from a cost perspective. So let's look at appliances, making sure everything works, making sure people feel at home. Let's also look at neighborhood access, which is number 6 on my list. Neighborhood access. Where is the house in proximity to the grocery store, the cleaners, restaurants, and how about even the entrance or exits into the community? Is the house sitting on a busy street where people can't back up and they have to wait for traffic? Is there an island on that street where they have to go and turn all the way around to get into the property? These types of items are what quality tenants look for. Most people look for a quiet neighborhood and or a cul-de-sac or something, and these do provide a little bit more security and or ease of access in and out. But look at restaurants as well. Look at grocery stores, because it makes life a little bit easier for a tenant. And this is something that a quality tenant might be looking at for. Remember, we're looking at quality. Average tenants, they come and go. Quality tenants tend to stay because you've made the place into a home and it has these items we're discussing. Number 7 is rent. Always look and do your homework on rent. Look at the comparables. Look at the analysis on rent. It's okay to increase rent as time goes. It's a given. People expect it almost. But when your rent starts to escalate and escalate and escalate, and it exceeds that of the comps and or the comparable rents in the area, a renter might say, or a tenant might say, it might be worth a couple of $100 to get some people in here, grab our stuff, and just scram to the next joint, right? So look at the rents. Always make sure your rents are on par with everything else that is comparable in the area, and you might just have a quality tenant that stays there a long time, right? They'll look at the rent increase and say, well, let's go online and look at the others. Oh, they're kind of the same. We have a nice school here. We have great white walls and appliances. Let's just stay put. So, and then we have 8, the age of the property. Although some people might be into older properties, some people like a classic look, it's not the majority. Older properties, some people think they might have issues, electrical issues, plumbing issues. There is maybe a crawl space underneath no one wants to get in. But look at that. It also can be pricey for an owner to fix issues when they arise. So look at the age of the property and make sure that if it's going to be a rental, either A, you have a way to fix these items should they go wrong. They're fixed prior to someone moving in. Everyone to each his own. But look at that as an aspect, because a quality tenant might not want to be in a property that's too old. So let's go over these again. Number 1, we have schools. Make sure you have good schools. Safety. We always want to be in a safe neighborhood. 3, condition of the property. Make sure it's not all, jacked up before someone moves in. Number 4, upgrades. Always try to make the house a home by supplying some upgrades that might make someone want to stay longer. Number 5, appliances. Making sure your appliances are good in good working condition. Number 6, neighborhood access. How close are you to restaurants? How close are you to these great places that a tenant might want to just maybe take a stroll, a nice park or something? 7, the most important in my book is rent. Make sure you're on par with the rents in the neighborhood and the comparables. And number 8, the age of the property. Make sure it's not too old, right? If you have some of these items, if you have all of these items, put them in your listing, advertise them, make sure people are aware that this is such a great quality product and that you want a quality tenant. That should get quality eyeballs moving towards your listing. That should get you quality applications. My name is Alex. We are a property management company in Corona and the Inland Empire, Signature Sales and Management. We are at 951rents.com. I hope you liked my presentation, and I hope you have a great day.